My name's Kess. I don't know why I'm making this video. I do, but it's pretty random. Uh, in short, I guess I've been playing video games since I was a kid, and specifically, I've been playing League of Legends since I was super little. Um, as much as I detest what the game is like represented as and known as, sometimes I still play, and also Hearthstone. And I wanted to talk about those games and the way they've changed, and in short, how I feel that they could have been something really great, but then they just never really changed. So first, I want to talk about how I think the original appeal of both of those games has just been neglected over the years. They're both super old. I've been playing League of Legends since whenever Spirit Guard Udyr came out. So it's been a minute. I think season 3, that's my guess. I could be wrong. And when I first started playing this game, I was like super little. I was a kid. I had only ever played a handful of video games on the Wii, like Zelda, Twilight Princess, Monster Hunter Tri, Mario Kart, and Smash Bros. Brawl. Like, that's it. I was just like a little doofus. I wasn't competitive. I didn't play any shooters. So when my best friends in middle school showed me and asked me to play the game with them, I was like, okay, what is this? And then I saw these really cool fantasy characters, and I was like, okay, cool. I can get behind this. I think I saw Thresh was the first character I really wanted to pick, but someone else picked him, and I was like, oh man, I wanted to play as the cool, like, ghoul character. But then I picked Vigar instead, and I thought he was fucking awesome too. And I feel like a lot of people probably also had that experience with League. And it's such a complicated, weird game that I'd never seen anything like it. I went in just knowing I didn't know anything, but still wanting to play it. And it felt like I never learned how to play it. I understand the game pretty well now, but it took me, I'd say, 5 years to understand how scaling worked with abilities. Like, I didn't know physical damage and magic damage really. I didn't really know how that worked. I was out here building Runan's Hurricane on Fiddlesticks and telling my friend to do the same because he's ranged, and it's good because he's ranged. Also, I'm out of breath because I just did crunchies for some reason. I've been sitting for too long, so that's probably why, but super random. Anywho, yeah, I just feel like they lost the plot a bit, because that was the magic for me of just the characters are sick and I want to play as these characters. And I love the reworks that they've done for a lot of their classics. I think Fiddlesticks, that is such a cool rework. They did such a good job with him. But yeah, I feel like that aspect of game development is super rare in League. It's mostly like we're nerfing or buffing this number by like 2 or 5. And I get that. I get it. Trust me, I've really thought about it and been on that side against my own better judgment for a while. But I don't like League of Legends because it's competitive. I like being good at it because it's fulfilling. It's fun to learn and be skillful at something, for sure. Skill expression is such an important part of League, and I think that's great. Where I think the plot was a little bit lost was when pro play became what the game was kind of more fixated with. Makes sense. It was making revenue. Skins make revenue. That's where they focused on it. The game is free. But I would have honestly much preferred if, and I think they still can't do this, as I will get to later. I think if I was in charge of Riot Games, this would be my next move. I would say, okay, this game has not changed in so long, and it's one of the most played video games in the world, and the competitive and the skins world are making money. Keep League of Legends, keep making your skins, keep making competitive League of Legends. Make another game, League of Legends 2, or call it whatever you want, where it's kind of the same thing, except the focus isn't on competitive, like whatever the best build for your character is. I think the gameplay should either be about what Arena is currently doing, which is really awesome, where it's giving you all these creative builds to play with and try stuff with, even though they're actually nerfing a lot of the prismatic augments and all that shit, which is stupid because it should all be broken. It should all be really powerful, and that's the whole point. And I think they're being a little cowardice with that, but it's okay. And they should make this new game one-time purchase. One-time purchase, no skins, no ranked system. Just let me play as the characters from League of Legends that are really cool, and that probably the people who play or watch Arcane want to play. There's so many people who watch the show, and then the next shows they're going to be working on, they're going to be like, oh, I want to play this game. And everyone who plays League is like, don't play this fucking game. And they know, yeah, I probably shouldn't play this game. And that sucks because, like, they're really cool characters, and you should be able to get your character fantasy kick from something they're doing, and you can't. And that's criminal. I think that's the whole point of the game, is that they're cool. I remember picking Xerath, or I remember buying Xerath with Blue Essence, and I was like, this is going to be my favorite character because he's made of lightning, and I loved lightning benders and lightning as a kid for some reason. So pretty excited about that. And I played a lot of Xerath. They reworked him. Didn't love the rework, not going to lie. But now I don't enjoy Xerath anymore because I don't really feel like there's a point to playing him outside of just hitting people from far away with skill shots. He doesn't feel like the cool arcane lightning mage that was trapped in a sarcophagus and broke out. Like, I don't think about that when I play him anymore, or really any of the characters, to be honest. And I think that's what they need to do to make League worth anyone's time, pretty much. Because it's just not meaningful as a game at all. And everyone knows that, but everyone's addicted to it. I like the creative building. I like building cool things in Arena. That is all I do in League now. And I think it sucks because these characters I've spent most of my life being interested in, and I want to continue being interested in them and their worlds and playing as them. But unfortunately, Riot doesn't seem to have any interest in preserving the magic of their characters, which I think is the whole point of why people liked the game, or at least why I liked it, was just you pick a sick character and you're like, this is me, like, or this is who I want to play as, right? It can be anybody. And they had all these characters for everybody. Everyone had a different, it's like Pokemon. You have your different favorites, and I love that. And I think if they made just some kind of, like, it could be a roguelike. This was my idea, that it should be a roguelike and a multiplayer roguelike where no matter what character you pick, you get like a different story and they progress differently. They get stronger differently. So it's replayable, but also you can keep playing as the character you like or try new characters. But then, like, if you're like, I love this character, you can play as that character within a larger context. Just, yeah. And I guess, does this even matter? I don't think so. I think there's other games that are unfortunately going to take League of Legends time and space away. And that's okay. I think there's other things. But it does suck because they really struck a gold mine with some of those characters, and they just kind of let them die. And that really breaks my heart as someone who loves characters as much as I do. I studied theater because I like character. I watch cartoons because I like world building, you know. Those are the things that I think I get the most out of. And to see, like, my favorite characters from anything really just be left in the dust while they're, like, tweaking with percentages, like, it's so depressing. I don't really have any other point to this video, honestly. Just I wanted to communicate that and see if other people felt the same. And it would be cool if they changed it, genuinely. I think they still can. But yeah, thanks for listening.